Hello everyone, welcome back to another edition of West Ham Fan TV's Post-Match Pint, the only West Ham United post-match full show on the internet. We've just come back from Manchester. It was Manchester City 3, West Ham 1. But I don't think that's as bad as a result as it looks, to be honest, on paper. Because, go on, let you go through the starting lineup and I'll tell you why I don't think that is.
Yeah, a bit confused why he tried to change the formation Man City away. You know, it's not sort of places you try out new things, but he went sort of 5-3-2. So Adrian started in goal. 3 centre-halves of Bonner, Reedy and Collins. Antonio right wing back, Masuaku left wing back, with Torre, Kyoto, Noble as a midfield three, with Fletcher and Valencia up top. Which, to be fair, if you're going to go for that, apart from Torre and Valencia, that's a strong lineup. Torre's not sort of
Strong? Sorry.
It's a strong. That's a strong lineup. If you take Valencia and Torre out,
back five strong.
Exactly.
No, I'm not having that.
Well, that's not a strong. That's not a strong
Well,
side.
that's the strongest possible one we could put out
Fletcher.
at the moment with our injuries.
No, he's on about like
With
back
it, yeah.
five. And Fletcher probably he deserved his chance.
Exactly.
Everyone said he deserved his chance. You can't base him on yesterday's performance. He's a kid just been chucked in at Manchester City.
I am not.
And who else did we have?
I'm quite positive about yesterday, and I'll tell you why we're quite
Yeah,
positive.
yeah.
Because you look at Manchester City's team. I was looking at it yesterday, right? We've gone now. Torre. People say we're using him as a scapegoat. I don't think you're using people as a scapegoat if you're calling them bad because they've had bad performances. I don't think that's a scapegoat, right? He's not up to it yet, right? He's not up to that yet.
Still working up to it.
Yeah, we're still working up to it.
Like what I said the other day, judge him after 10, 15 games. If he's still like this, then yeah, you think...
Players that have to adapt.
Valencia, he's just not up to it at all. He's not cut out for this league at all.
No.
Right?
He ain't had 3 or 4 bad games, has he? He's had, like, last season he was poor as well. So
Valencia,
There's the odd good game.
Fletcher, yeah? He's not a Premier League player yet. He's still learning his trade, right? Then you look at Man City, right? I looked at Man City's team yesterday, right? Just before I come here today, because we didn't get to see the starting lineup before, right? They've got no injuries. Company's the only one out, right? And they're so strong,
and
right?
Sanya.
And you've got, Sanya as well, but you can't really say that because they've got Zabaleta, who would get into any other team, right? But they're so strong. Zabaleta, Stones, £50 million centre-half. Fucking Otamendi, £35 million centre-half. Clichy, £25 million left-back. How can you compete with these people when you ain't got your players?
That's what I mean. It's just that they're on a different level. They're on a different level, Man City. Just like Man United are, Chelsea. They're all that next level. That's the level we want to aim to be, but that's going to take 3 or 4, 5 years maybe.
I know
if you ever get there.
If we ever get there. And I mean, I know people say, oh, look, but they've had money chucked at them. But look, that's not their fault. You've got to have money chucked at you to buy these best players.
The thing is, better teams are going to go there and get beat.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course they will.
And then you look at I know we keep going on about the injuries and all that, but you look at the injury crisis that we've got. 11 players out. 11 players that could probably, 9 or 10 of them will walk into someone else's first team, right? That's a big blow.
Of course it is.
But the only thing I think you got wrong with playing the 5-3-2 was Torre.
I don't think Collins should have played yesterday.
You know.
But, no, I don't think he should have played because they've got a lot of speed. They've got no height, City, really. They've got a lot of speed. And I don't think it's a game cut out for Collins. You know,
Totally
someone goes past Collins, he's going to
Yeah.
do nothing. They're not going to be pumping balls into... You want Ginger there to be standing there.
He's the wall, isn't he?
Yeah, he's the wall. He's headering balls out. They're too tricky to be going
Thing
past.
is,
There's a lot of teams now, like Arsenal, Man U. They're all quick in and around the box.
Yeah.
There's no, you don't really get.
I think we've done well, like,
punted in there,
to
do you?
keep Aguero quiet, but you keep him quiet, you've also got to keep Silva, Sterling quiet, which we didn't do, and that was the problem.
Well, that's how you got to look
They
at it.
focus. To me, it looked like they focused too much on Aguero yesterday, which is right. They need to.
But
Seven
there's
goals
so
so
many
far
danger.
this season he's got, and that is it. You take him out of the equation, you've got Silva, De Bruyne,
Silver's something else.
Sterling, even though he blows hot and cold, you know.
But apparently, like I was talking to Nicky earlier about, he said apparently he's
Mustard.
been good
Yeah.
since the
and
start
then,
of the season.
and then
so.
you've got someone like Torre. All right, he ain't having the best of seasons.
He didn't play.
No, he didn't play. But I'm saying, you look at the quality that they've got.
Yeah,
you got a player like Torre.
It's Nolito was brilliant yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, how can you compete with that when you've
Exactly.
got?
That's
You
the
look at
problem
their
you've
team,
got.
and then I looked at their bench. Hart, Inieccio, was it Inieccio? Jesus Navas, fucking who else was it?
The only thing I will say though, right, is that we did go there and beat them last season, and they had the same type of players.
No, right, and I'm not saying that, but the
we had
thing
a
is,
full
if we
side.
had had our full squad out yesterday, it'd have been a totally different
Of course it
game.
would have.
I'm
Because our
quite-
players can compete with them. Players.
I'm pretty proud that we was in the game to the end because we was in it. Although when we got that goal, we didn't really kick on. But can you really blame us for doing that? We didn't have we ain't got the personnel. And as I was saying to him, right, I'd rather us not have the players now and have them all coming back when you've got to go to Chelsea and Man City away. Because you're not, they're bonus. If you win now, right, any season for us, it's a bonus.
Let's
You
be
never
honest,
expected
right?
to
You
get
look at the
anything
first
either.
3 games of this season, like you would have looked at that and thought 3 points there,
Exactly.
because Chelsea away and Man City away, you don't get tougher than that.
To be honest, I was looking at Chelsea away as at least a point.
And we were still in the game. It was only a 90th minute winner. And to be fair, did we really deserve a point that day?
No,
Probably
definitely
not.
not,
no.
But
But-
that's Premiership football.
Exactly.
And City away. But like I said, now we've got the international break, players coming back. We've got 6 or 7 games now that we're all winnable and we can kick on.
Well, we've got the Bournemouth game under our belt. We've got the 3 points from them, right? Now, as he says, players are starting to come back. Players are going to start to be integrated back into the squad. A couple of players around the squad have seen what Premier League football's about, so they can sort of start to think about that and adapt to that in training and things like that over the next 2 weeks. Our season really starts from now, doesn't it?
But
And I think that might be a reason why Payet has been rested as well. I think
the-
maybe
Yeah.
I mean, I know there's rumours of him that he's going, which I don't believe is true.
No,
I can't
no,
see it
no.
happening. But maybe they thought, look, we'll get City. Anything at City is a bonus. Let's get Payet another 2 weeks fitness. I know he's going away with France,
Yeah.
but let him come back against Watford. And listen, Lanzini comes back against Watford. Payet's back against Watford.
Well, let's talk
And
a
the thing,
little bit about
the thing
that
is
game.
as well, what we've got to remember, going into the international break, we're in the same position we were in last season.
I know.
Exactly
There's
the
no
same, yeah.
different.
I know.
Played 3, lost 2, 1-1.
I think the meltdown the other night was because of we should have beat Astra,
Of course we should.
and everyone was upset.
I
and
think you're entitled to moan about that. I'm not saying that you can't. You know, everyone's got their opinions, right? This is what I've been saying over the next.
That was annoying me, mate.
fluff.
Sorry, really annoying. I think everyone's can have their opinions, right? What I don't agree with is some people are just. What can I say? How can I say this without being insulting? I can't really. They're deluded in the fact that they think it's so one-dimensional. Like when they had to go about us about Bournemouth and moaning about Bournemouth. Yeah, at the time we didn't have as many injuries. Yeah, again we've added injuries onto that. I don't think you should be condemned. Yeah, and told no, you're wrong for moaning about something that is
Listen,
definitely going on. Do you know what I mean?
If there weren't a red card in that Bournemouth game, would we have won it?
I don't think so.
It
No.
looked like it was Edinburgh.
The thing is,
but that's the thing with football. That's the wonderful thing about it. Everyone's got different opinions.
I
No one
think
agrees on
what
everything.
a lot of West Ham fans need to do is take their West Ham glasses off and see, because a lot of people like to sweep the negative stuff under the carpet and won't talk about it. When you need to talk about it.
Of course you
If
do.
there's problems at a club. I mean, this season we've been in the press how many times for negative stuff, whether it's to do with a stadium or whatever, and it's and that's what we talk about it because it's there to be spoke about.
We'll talk about a little bit about this after we go back into this, but there is a game to be talking about.
8 minutes.
Yeah, it took 8 minutes, and
David
to be
Silva.
fair, quality from Silva.
He's class.
He's a pleasure to
absolutely-
watch.
he is.
He's a and I said to him yesterday, I'll put him in the same bracket as Xavi and Iniesta.
Yeah.
You know, he's
up
a
there as one of the
quality
best in the world.
player.
He what was it? I think he's got one of the third highest assist rate in Europe.
Yeah. Well, the way he just
know.
picks balls out and he sees like at the corner of his eyes, like he's got
He's quality.
mirrors. You know, he can just see where
You see what
people
I'm
are.
saying? When players like that are on their game, they're unstoppable.
I mean, our defence got pulled all over the place, and they through.
And
And
it
the
was-
thing is that they were doing as well, which we don't seem to cope too well with. is when they play a high pressing game and they pressure us, we can't.
I've
We
said
can't
that for
cope with
weeks.
it.
We're too. Even last season, when we play the ball quick, this all stems from when we've got players like Payet and Lanzini on the pitch together. When we knock the ball around quick, people can't handle us. When we take this one touch, two touch, slow the ball
They
down,
press
cut
us.
back, and teams press us, we struggle. You know, and that's what happens when we haven't got Payet, Lanzini.
Yeah.
That does happen to us.
That's
We
what Man
defend
City
by
don't do.
attacking.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, it was a great through ball from Silva, great cutback, and a great finish from Sterling. You know,
That was a beautiful
They
finish.
did isolate. They did pick out our right hand side again.
yeah.
Yeah, but that's been happening for weeks now.
Antonio wasn't right back. He's playing right wing back. Right. The problem for me with that was that he had Torre in front of him, in the sense of that in that free
So
man
he was very
midfield.
isolated.
Exactly. Torre ain't a defensive player. It's something we've got to look at, because then when you bring Payet or someone like that back, Payet ain't going to defend. You know, I said this quite a lot last season.
He
that
still shouldn't be at the back.
I totally agree. He shouldn't be at the back. but
Wing back
we
is
can't
still
keep
back.
getting overloaded down the sides
I mean,
when
would
we
you,
play the
would you
big
have started
sides.
Byram?
Yeah. We done a lot better when he came on.
What do you think is? Do you think he don't trust him enough yet, or?
I don't think it's not that he don't trust him. I think sometimes he don't want to expose him too early and knock the kid's confidence. The kid's done very well in what he's done.
Yeah,
and I
maybe
think
trust's not the right word.
no,
One thing I was rate Bilic on yesterday, that I think he looked at their previous. I mean, take away Europe when they're 5-0 win. They only beat Sunderland 2-1
Exactly.
now. You know, so they was there for
And
the
that was an
taking.
own goal.
You know what I mean? They was there for the taking.
But unfortunately, we just didn't have the personnel
No.
yesterday.
No, that's it. And that
I
is
mean,
it.
even their second goal. I mean, De Bruyne
I must-
has whipped it in, and for me, you had Cech, Collins, and Reed
Watching it.
and Fernandinho just come in and out, jumped all of
think-
them. They didn't even look. They didn't even go
ball.
for it.
That's what
did they?
we
It was a
were
good
saying
ball
on the
in,
way
but the
down
one
here,
was
you know.
too static. It was just.
Coyote was
It's a-
the worst
it's
one
a
for me.
great
I
ball.
think that's his man now.
But Ginger's got. No, I'd say Ginge needs to. Ginge probably had best header of the ball out
The
of them
thing
three,
is,
and he's got to be on him.
We've said, right, that
And once
they
again, that's
haven't
his first goal in a year.
Yeah, they haven't got a lot of presence in the air, right? And then so you look at us, we've got Cech, we've got Reedy, you've got Collins, you've got Bonner, you know, Masuaku can jump, Antonio's good in the air, and we give a player
Free run.
he was a free man inside our 18-yard box. You
In
can't
them,
let that
but they're
happen.
in them situations, Scott. In my eyes, yeah, they've got what. He's probably the best header of the ball. Yeah, you could drop the defenders deeper because anything that comes in,
Of course you can.
you ain't got to have an eye line because you're not worried about people getting offside. If you drop it deeper, who's going to win the ball? Him, and that's it.
Even maybe, I mean, I don't know, but maybe Adrian could have come for that. I don't know why.
Maybe
he
that's
a
why
good
they had
ball.
their line up. So
I think
it was
yeah,
a
I
great
think-
ball.
I
I
think-
think,
I
but
don't know.
It's the thing is, it's awkward.
it's a
defending-
gamble, innit? Because if he'd
that's
have
it.
come out and missed it, we'd have all slagged him off.
That's
but
it.
then you're thinking, we'll come for it. But
And normally, you normally
When you got-
defends in line. You do hold
yeah,
the box.
when you
don't
got
you?
when
hold
you
the
got
edge of the area.
when you got Ginger, Bonner, and Reed there, you expect one of them to challenge, at least challenge for the
The
ball.
three of them were watching
It's
it.
not even that. No one drops off. You know, when the ball's kicked, no one thinks, fuck it, I'm going to drop off and, you know, see where it comes, and then I'm in a position that if it misses everyone, it drops to someone's feet, I can clear it. No one does that. They just stay static.
I'll be honest with you as well. I mean, when that went in, we just both looked at each other. We was literally, we couldn't have got any closer to the City fans. We'd have been closer. We'd have been season ticket holders. Literally, we was there, and I just turned around to this City fan. Like, 2-0 down. I thought, oh, for fuck's sake, here we go.
Long
and I
day.
thought it was
I thought
going
it was
to
going to
be
be a slaughtering.
a slaughtering. Honestly, I mean, I can't even remember us having
5-0.
many chances.
It
in that
could have
first
been that in the first half.
Can you remember us having any chances? I remember one Valencia shot that sort of dribbled towards the goal.
But I remember De Bruyne missing a sitter.
Willie got down and got it.
Who
Yeah.
did put the free kick just over him? Just
De Bruyne.
off the top of the bar.
Bruyne, yeah.
So many chances.
Yeah,
Just
and that's it.
so
But
many.
the thing is, we go back to last season when we played them there. Look at the second half. The amount of chances they had in the second half to get a result out of
You
the
know
game,
what,
they
right,
didn't.
I was
Yeah, but
saying
we had a
you know,
2-0 lead, or 2-1 lead, sorry.
But the thing was, for me, it was how we reacted after the break that was the key. You know, we weren't now, and a lot of last season as well, we played in halves. The first half, we were absolutely awful. And the second half, we come back out. And it was how we reacted at half time that showed that, you know, things ain't as bad as what everyone's making out.
No.
Nah, I
to
mean-
be honest with you, to be in that game after what I see in the first 25, 30 minutes, to be in that game at 2-1 till the end, although we didn't kick on, like I thought we would. But I don't think that's because like we didn't put the effort in. I just think we ain't got the personnel right.
No.
I was saying to him yesterday, yeah, and I thought about this the other day about. On paper, we look like a stronger squad this season, but I don't think in reality we are, right? And is because last season we had players on loan, yeah? All our loan players this season and all the players that have come in, right? You got Moses, Song and Jenkinson was our free loans, yeah?
Yeah.
At the start, that's before we got Imanike and Yelovic. The difference between them and Torre, yeah, and on paper you'd say, yeah, Torre's a better player, Nordveld not as good as Song or whatever, but they've all got Premier League experience.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the difference.
And the others ain't got no Premier League experience. So what they've done, they've taken the experience away and brought people in to sort of like, yeah, you've got to play in the league to get experience, but that some people take to it like Payet, like Lanzini, and some people take a year or two. Even David Silva, as good as he is, he didn't take to it straight away.
Thierry Henry took 15 games and look what happened to him. I'm not comparing to
and that's the thing. I think with Torre, with Faguli, I don't know so much about Norvet, but with them two, I think they were more brought in as cover for Lanzini and Payet.
I'll be honest, I'll tell you exactly what they was brought in for, European football.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they was brought in for.
To be honest, I think Norvet's been brought in to start. Because I think he's been brought in to play that holding midfield role.
No, I don't think so.
The role that Sol was brought in.
I wouldn't drop him for any. I wouldn't drop him for a check or.
No, but that's what I think Bilic has brought him in for.
I think they've brought him in because he covers two positions and they got rid of two players.
Yeah, that as well. But it's that thing of you're going to have these flair players like Payet, Lanzini, and all that, and you need a holding midfielder, especially with wing backs, but that's fullbacks that attack as much as our fullbacks.
But I think that's what the difference is between last season's signings and this season's signings. Everyone last season, apart from Mikel Antonio, yeah, but he was playing in the Championship. So, yeah, it's a different league, but he knows what English football's all about. He's probably played against Premier League sides for Forest in the past, in cups and things like that. Everybody that he brought in this season has got no experience. Yeah, none.
That's it, yeah. And you've got for that the Championship is probably a harder league than some of the top leagues in foreign countries.
He didn't even get a game.
Yeah, like you said.
Yeah, Ayew has, but he's out, isn't he?
But and the thing is as well, what you've got to remember is that Ayew's come from Swansea, and Swansea's football is bosh.
Yeah, but that's what our football is. Last season,
when we've got everyone fit.
Yeah, not as quick. Listen, we're not a Barcelona, are we?
And
we play our own way, and it worked last year.
And as I said before, when he's played with Gomez has got a lot more pace than what Carroll has. You know, us playing the way we play with Carroll, you know, isn't the way Swansea play with someone like Gomez or someone like Boney.
Like I say, give the players 10, 15
games
and judge them after that. It's going to take a little while to.
You think he's played against Chelsea away, Torre, Bournemouth at home, and City away. 2 tough games out of there. Well, there's 3 tough games, but City and Chelsea.
And he's had injury.
Give him the next 6 games against teams like no disrespect to these teams, but Watford, West Brom, the teams we've got coming up, and then judge him after that.
Exactly.
Because I've got confidence that he will turn into a good player. If he don't, then Bilic will do the right thing.
To be honest, my negativity last week in the Bournemouth game just come from lack of strikers. And to be fair, they've gone out this week and they've rectified that. They've gone and got a top quality striker. Not as top quality as we would have liked.
No, he wasn't first choice,
He wasn't the first choice, but he is still up there. How can you grumble about an Italian international coming into your team?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but again, could be a risk because no Premier League experience, but
and he's scoring
but any of them strikers, Lacazette or Bacca, they'd have been in the same boat as ours are.
Yeah,
no Premiership experience. So
we know bringing any striker in from abroad.
He's not coming from a two-bob club, is he? He's coming from the Italian champions.
Exactly.
So listen, he's 25 years old. He's not a natural goal scorer, but you never know. He might take to the Premiership like that.
But some people like that.
Henry started out as a winger.
Yeah,
some people like that make space round the pitch. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's the future's bright. I'm a lot more positive, and that's crazy, isn't it? Because I was fucking sitting here with my head in my hands
we was upset over a lot of things that have happened with the stadium and things that are going on about no standing, blah blah. I mean, one thing I will say about Man City yesterday, their staff at their stadium and their security checks are spot on. They were unbelievable yesterday. Honestly, that's how David Gold or whoever runs it should go speak to the Man City people and say, "How do you run your stadium?"
I want to say something about Man City.
Hold on 1 second. You've got to remember They're employed by Man City.
Yeah, exactly. That's the difference.
Our stewarding and all that is not employed by
But
the
listen,
club.
honestly, going in, they've got sniffer dogs there, checking properly, people are getting searched properly. Even in there, they weren't arseholes. You know, we had a good laugh with the security guards in there and the police.
But they're used to stewarding a football crowd.
Yeah.
This lot at our place, they're used to.
But I think
Nonsense.
the thing is,
Stuff
do
like
you know what I want to say? The whole club throughout, right, from fans, yeah, from you get the odd, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we get
It's
it.
football, you get that
Yeah,
every
Yeah,
club.
it's
every club.
football. But from the fans to the stewarding to what they do before for games for fans, you know what I mean? Like that place is like you're going to a fucking square on a night out, isn't it?
Well, the thing
Going
is,
to
like,
City.
we
fan zone.
was literally
It's
like
not a
literally
fan zone. It's not. It's just
right next to the City fans, like so close. And especially me, I was having banter with these blokes and that, blah blah blah. At the end of the game, we all leant over, shook each other's hand. They said good luck for the rest of the season. We said exactly the same. We come out the ground, all the Man City fans that walked past us, good luck,
Shook our
good luck for the
hands.
season, shook our hands, top club and all things like that. That's how it should be at football. That's exactly how it should be. It shouldn't be all spilling out looking for someone to fight with and things like that. It's ridiculous. It ain't the 80s no more. It's a family game.
But the whole thing, the stadium, right, built for football. You come outside there, it's like going on a night out. You've got things going on a stage, like to entertain them before games, you know. And this is all paid for and done by Man City. We met some yesterday. They had ex-players on there. They had Stevie Lomas, Ian Bishop, Trev Sinclair,
Paul Dickoff.
Paul Dickoff, and the guy from Sky Sports, but I forget his name.
Oh, you know the
Scottish guy.
Scottish geezer. I can't
Yeah,
think
yeah,
of
I know the one
Rob,
you mean.
Rob McLean. No, it's not him.
No, I can't think of his
I know
name.
you
But
mean, I can't think of his name.
they have all that, and they're speaking to him about football, believe it or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're sitting up there, and they're City fans. It's like a stage show, right? And it goes on their, I think it goes on their website or their thingy. It's like stage, but they're talking about actual football and actual stuff that people are there to see. They ain't got no middle class rapper coming out and doing silly.
But the thing is, as well, they've got a little kid zone for the kids where they can go and play football.
They're
and
giving
do
them
challenges,
footballs.
giving them like Premier League football shirts. But I've heard that, you know, where the circus is over the Olympic Stadium, not on the circus on the pitch,
fairground, you mean?
the fairground. I'm on about that's apparently where they're going to do something like that, a fan zone, which
right.
they need to do it.
Yeah,
they need to. Sunderland have even got one, didn't they? When we went up there last year,
Nothing like that.
no, nothing like that. But I'm
Nothing
saying
like
that's
that.
what fans
But
should have.
that's unbelievable from them. And I was looking through their policies and all that, right? When people tweet them about complaints and things like that, they look to respond to everyone in about 5 minutes. It's like a dead. Their customer service, they treat their fans properly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Because they know that the fans are the. And I'm not saying I don't see us as we're important to the club.
I think
But
they treat us
I-
like shit, mate.
I think they need to sort of, like, especially with something like that, even though it sounds silly, like a little fan zone. I think, especially for the younger generation of kids, they'd love to go there. I mean,
pitches
they've got a
around
bar
the
right
kick
opposite,
band.
so the dads can go to the pub,
I'm
the kids
telling
can
you
go and play
now,
football.
Right?
Yeah.
I'll say this. They treat us like shit.
Yeah, but you've got to remember.
They had
right?
people going to a game the other day that didn't have fucking seats.
Yeah, I know. But,
How can they? But I want to know this, right? I want to know this, right? No, not but, right?
No, I'm
I want to know
defend
this,
the ball,
right?
So go on.
Oh, you could defend the ball, but I'm going to say I think sometimes they treat us like shit. And you know why they treat us like shit? Because they can, right? And because we ain't got anywhere else to go. If you don't want to accept what they want to give to you, yeah. Like I'm not going to say the board. I'm saying the club, yeah. The board don't run the whole club. You ain't got David Sullivan on the customer services desk. You ain't got Karen Brady sitting in a fucking ticket. But they treat people like shit.
Yeah, no, the customer service of our club is awful. Yeah, it was awful last season with the tickets.
It's always been awful.
Yeah,
It's
always been
exactly.
bad,
Right, but things with that stadium, right? When we were buying the stadium and it was going to be ours, we would run the stadium. We would run everything down from the ticket office all the way up, the stewarding, the lot. Right?
We still run the ticket office.
Yeah, hang on. Right, so we would have run everything. But because it all got, oh no, you can't, like, all the stuff that happened with Barry Earn and Tottenham saying that we cheated or whatever they said, right?
Cheated.
Yeah. We don't own that stadium, right? We rent it. So the
don't matter,
board,
mate. Yeah,
no,
but
listen, the board.
You can't blame not owning a stadium for treating people like shit.
No,
Did you ever go to the ticket office at Upton Park?
Yes.
Did you ever go there?
Yes, I'm
Did you
trying
ever go and
to-
talk to
I'm trying to
anyone
make
there?
my point.
What do they say to you? What do you want?
Yeah, that's it. Then that's it. Customer service is awful. Always has been.
But you can't blame that on not owning the stadium.
I'm saying now.
No, listen.
With the stuff going
They're
on
telling
in the stadium,
us.
you said about
They're
the
telling
stadium,
his word.
right? You were saying about people standing up. That had nothing to do with the club. That was.
I don't care, right? The
But it
club,
don't matter.
the
You
club
can't
should
blame the
defend
club for that.
people. The club should defend people, right? The club should defend. How can you issue a how can you offer to retract safety certificates because people are standing up when people have bought tickets and ain't got fucking seats?
But that's not the club.
How
doing
can that be? How can that be safe?
Why
That
can't-
ain't safe.
It's not the club
Why
doing
can't
it.
though?
I don't care if
we're
it's the
renting
club,
it-
That's
but
what
the club should be representing us.
Of course they
the
should.
club
I'm
don't
not
give a shit
defending the
about
club,
us.
The club should be representing us.
If,
But
right,
it's
listen.
not their fault.
Why can't if we're renting that stadium for how many days a year? Why can't we have our own security on them days?
I don't
They have
understand.
to pay for it. They don't want to pay for
No,
it.
but come on, look.
But they
They're
have to
paying
pay for
2
it,
million a
don't
year.
they?
They're paying 2 million a year or whatever. Surely they can afford match day staff because they've got to look at this now and thinking what they've got there now is not working. Of
course not.
And it's not the stewards there. It's not their fault because they're not used to football
The
crowds.
stewards there, right, to be fair, are entitled to be there because that's their full-time job,
Yep.
right? They have to work there.
No.
If they have days off, then they're losing the day's work, right?
Mm-hmm.
They should be there. But what they should have done, right, is they should have integrated people from the bowling
Yeah.
to come.
There is some
That's
of the
what I mean.
stewards in
Some,
bowling.
some.
Yeah, there's not all of
They
them.
should have the same amount, right?
You should have took everyone, especially the hierarchy of the stewarding. I don't know where I've seen one of the guys who I used to see over the bowling over there the other night, but they should have just took all the hierarchy, everyone that organised the stewarding and all the top stewards took them from the bowling and stuck them over there.
All I'm saying is, like, the club like treat their people right, and there's a lot of clubs that don't.
Yeah, no, that's it.
A lot of clubs, and ours is included.
Yeah.
Like the thing is with them, as I say, right. Thing is, there's been quotes from somebody like some of them are so out of touch. You know what I mean? Like, and what the guys at Man City have done, I think, yeah. Yesterday they had tokens on their seats for free pie and chips.
Free
wasn't it?
chips, yeah.
You know,
Well, are they away fans as well?
No,
or just
just
home
home
fans?
fans.
why would they do it for away
They
fans?
they look after their fans and that's what we want.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds silly, but like that's fans for them. Even if it's for a free pint or something like that or whatever, they won't do it.
Hey,
It's not.
appreciate
It's
little
not.
things.
It's not just for a free. It's not about free anything, right? It's about respecting the people that make the game. You are only in that business because we attend. If we didn't attend, you'd be fucked.
No,
There'd be
none of us would have bought season
if-
tickets.
Yeah, and the thing I think a lot of them are looking at, especially with all this stuff going around threatening to chuck people out if they stand and revoke their season tickets, because they've got this waiting list of people who want a season ticket.
Oh yeah, of course.
They're now sitting there thinking.
Then people can get replaced within a second.
Now, if West Ham have a bad season this year, yeah, touch wood, they bloody don't. If we have a bad season this year, how many of these newbies and tourist supporters are going to be coming back next season?
you know what, though,
They're
right?
not. It's going to be
The thing is-
us who have been there through the dark days and
Thick and thin.
Relegation.
I knew that it was going to be like this for the first few games because leaving Upton Park, people was always going to find, even if there was nothing wrong with that stadium, they would have found something wrong.
I spent 10 seconds more at the bar.
Yeah, they would have found something wrong.
Oh, yeah, of
but
course. Yeah,
the
yeah,
club
yeah.
at the moment are giving these people like us the
ammunition.
ammunition
Yeah.
to go mad because this ain't right, that ain't right. The Olympic Stadium's new. The London Stadium. It's new, and it's Upton Park. As much as people say, this stadium's better, Upton Park is our home and it will always be our home. But we need to turn this into our new home. No one likes buying a new house and then moving into a newer
exactly.
one.
But I just,
You have to
Listen,
accept-
we
hold
just
on,
need
Bob.
to learn the mistakes that have gone on in the first few games.
Yeah.
I just hope they've took it
and the
all
club,
on board.
the
and they've
international
got
break,
2
the club
weeks to
might
sort
do
it out.
something with it.
Just
Let's
teething
see.
problems. They've got
Yeah.
to iron out all the little teething
Right,
problems.
back to the Man City game. There was a third goal, but before that,
Half time, the substitution half time Bilic made.
we've mentioned that by coming on.
Did we? Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
It was 2-1. Antonio got the goal. It was a good goal.
Great
Yeah.
work by
Yeah.
Masuaku down the
Yeah.
left.
Do you know what? He's really impressive, man.
Yeah.
I thought he was taking people on.
Yeah, he's got
saying
some,
yesterday.
he had confidence, didn't he? And
Yeah.
that was a great ball to the back post. And listen, whoever was there would have headed that in. apart from
Valencia.
Valencia.
Stood out.
No, Carroll, but Antonio's probably one of our best headers of the ball, isn't he?
Of course he is. He's to be fair, attacking wise, without Carroll, he's our biggest threat in the air.
Well, he just goes for everyone to get to the ball,
Exactly.
doesn't he? Just,
And that's what you got to do.
And he gets himself in that position time and time again.
Well,
and
done
after
against
time,
Bournemouth.
and after time, the ball don't come to him.
Right, goal there. Aguero elbowed Reed.
Yeah.
We didn't really see that though.
I didn't see it. I'd see it this morning. That's
Yeah.
what I
Looks
said.
intentional to me.
But he should have gone for that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to sit here and say. I mean, I've heard the referee was looking right at it though. Like,
Look,
right at it.
listen, I'll sum this up. If that was Reed on Aguero,
He'd
Reed
gone.
would have walked. Well, to be fair, if it was any West Ham
Did he
fan,
warn him?
Nope.
Did he talk to him?
Didn't see nothing. All I saw was Aguero run off. Reed got some treatment.
I think Reed's reaction as well. I think he did react a little bit too much, but he's elbowed him intentionally. So it's
the thing is, I think he caught him with the point of his elbow.
He did. He caught him with that.
Yeah,
on the,
and
on
if
the end of it.
that don't look, if you do that, it doesn't look that bad, but it fucking hurts.
The thing is, like you
That's
know,
how Mabbott got his.
there's jumping with your arms, and then there's that.
Well,
Yeah,
Aguero
but
looked
that
like,
was jumping.
Aguero
That's
looked like
an
he had a
elbow.
double. He went and then went like that.
Yeah.
So he knows what he's doing.
He's
and-
put
and
his
if
arm out to know where he is, and then he's waiting.
And the FA better obviously look at it. And if they're going to give him a bang, can they give me a warning first? Because he's in my dream team.
I'll put my reputation on the line, which isn't much, but I'll put my reputation on the line. They said yesterday they're looking at it, so he is banned.
I've already
But-
took him.
but-
Took him
but
off
they
my
can look
captain
at it,
fantasy football
But will
team,
they
so-
react on it?
You know what
It's
the
Man
FA,
City,
you know what the
like,
FA are like. They
No,
always
but
bottle the
no,
big
but they can't
decisions.
because
They
this
always
is
bottle
They
they're
get their
getting-
blatant.
they get their little brown paper bag.
Yeah, they're
And then
trying.
like,
the
nah.
FA are trying.
Allegedly, right?
Yeah,
Allegedly,
to make
yeah,
things
yeah.
more entertaining and things like that, right? And they've got to stick to it. They're trying doing all this pushing and pulling in the area and all that, and the referees are giving it. The consistency's still not there.
I mean,
But-
they are doing more for
There was
things
4
like
penalties
dissent
yesterday.
there, aren't they?
That's what I mean. The consistency's not there with the refereeing still. But that's
Well,
down
they
to the
don't
FA
seem to be
sort out.
applying, I say, the dissent rule. There have been quite a few bookings
No,
for that
we got
already,
one
so
yesterday.
they are
Yeah,
sticking to that.
but that's
And the
good.
pulling in the area.
But what I want to
To be honest with you, I was see a Stoke and Tottenham game. That pulling in the area thing. To be honest, right, I was arguing with my brother. I said, yeah, it should be done. That Tottenham geezer just flung himself to the floor.
Nah, you're taking. The thing is, I don't agree with it.
No,
No,
there's,
agree with
listen. There's
Players,
jostling.
players will always
There's
grab
jostling
each
in the
other.
area, but you don't need to.
That goes from Premier League down to Sunday League football.
course, yeah,
Everyone
yeah,
does
yeah,
it, and
yeah,
you start next season. It'll be you're not allowed to slide in tackle. Season after it'll be you're not allowed to touch the ball with your feet.
That
I think that's
Tottenham-
what I mean. They're
about
just going
like
to keep.
shirt
It's going to
pulling
take.
and
The
stuff
thing is,
like that.
for me,
It's
right,
ridiculous.
for me,
Everton.
there's
I'm
jostling,
saying
right?
Everton. It wasn't. It was Everton Stoke. They give the ball for jostling, right? And I've always said this. Maybe like I'm too quick to react. I've always said, yeah, they've got to start giving penalties for jostling, and that's a rule now. Yeah, that they have to give penalties. This geezer just flung himself to the floor.
And they will do that. Strikers will lean into a defender. As soon as that ball comes in, they're going to
It's
fling
like
themselves
wiggle,
on the floor.
yeah.
And then a referee, he can't really see much, and he's just going to see that player go down, the defender there, and he's just going to give a penalty.
Right,
and I think you're going to see a record number of penalties this season in the Premiership.
You look at the penalties that have been given him for it, right? Now, last season, I remember Carroll played. I can't remember who he played, but there was 3 players, right? And all one player done was grab the back of his shirt, the other grabbed front of his shirt, and the other player just stood in front of them to block it from the referee, right? So Carroll couldn't jump. That should be awarded as a penalty. The Man City Stoke game, right? Shawcross, when he was when he fouled the guy, that was a penalty. He's grabbing him, the striker's not grabbing him. And the Sterling one, that's a spot on. But if both players are doing it, if me and you're defending the corner, I'm attacking the corner, if we're both grabbing hold of each other,
You can't
can't
give
give a
nothing.
penalty.
No.
But if there's like that Sterling one on Shawcross, Sterling's not looking nowhere. All he's looking at is Shawcross.
Yeah,
and he's just pushing him.
So, something like that. That's
it,
blatant.
and that's what they've got to
But
get
when you're
to
going to
this
get people like
understanding
Ginge who like to get tight, well, he didn't get tight yesterday, but you know they like to get tight on them, and players are going to barge into each other and they're going to push each other. Strikers going to elbow him in the stomach and try to get him
that's
away.
jostling.
That's football.
Exactly.
That is
Exactly.
football. It's a
Yeah.
man's
You don't
game.
take no.
I think
You
it's
don't
more
pick
better
it
if
for
you've
that.
got like handful of
Yeah, if
shirt and
Collins has
pulling
got him
back,
in an
that sort of
headlock,
thing. Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you do what Thomas Repke used to do from corners, it's a blatant
Don't
penalty.
badmouth Thomas.
Yeah, I've seen that guy rugby tackle people in the 6-yard box before and get away with it.
I see Paul Bear take out the Millwall goalkeeper before Winston Reid put the ball in the net. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's it. You know, it's getting it right, getting the laws down, and then getting in the referees and saying, right, listen, 2 players going out ain't a penalty, but
all the clubs in the summer, the referees went round to every single club and explained the rules to them. So if they're the rules, they're the rules.
The dissent one,
if they're still doing it, then they're staying at the players.
The dissent one, look, in rugby, you don't get no dissent towards a referee. And the way the teams like Chelsea, Man United...
Yeah, but in rugby you can tackle like that.
Oh, yeah. But them teams, the way they used to crowd referees, especially Chelsea, a decision went against them, there's like 10 players around the referee.
I think you should only be the captains allowed to speak to the referee.
Exactly.
You should only be the captain.
If the referee wants to talk to the player, he talks to the player and pulls the captain over at the same time. You know, it's the way
I don't think there's any point in talking to them. They're not going to change their minds. What's the point?
Exactly.
What's the point? I've never understood that, to be honest. If a referee gives a penalty and he's got 10 people shouting in his face, right? It's trying to intimidate, but there is no way on earth that he's going to go, all right, sorry.
You know what?
I think maybe it might be more for dissent. Like he might say to the captain, "Look, warn him, because if not, one more and he's off."
But I don't see the point of it. I don't see the point of arguing with him. Just accept what he's done, right or wrong.
Yeah, it's frustration, isn't it?
Yeah, you can go and have a word with him and say, "Look, did you see him elbow me?" And he might say no. Just go, all right. If he don't see him, he don't see him. You know what I mean? Like,
it's circumstances as well. I mean, if say
it's easier said than done.
Yeah,
I was one of the worst in the world.
Say if you're a team fighting for your life, relegation, and you get a penalty against you in the last minute or something, it's different. I mean, if you're first game of the season and in 2 minutes into the game you get a penalty and people don't really react, it just depends on the circumstances. A cup final or a semi-final.
This is why the video referee needs to be brought into the game to help the referees. Because now the game is so fast and so high paced, a lot of things are going on.
But that yesterday, right? See, people say about it will slow the game down, right? So if there's a referee in the back room watching that TV, right? The replay comes up. He's looked at him an elbow. He can just turn around and go, do you know what? About 2 minutes ago, he's elbowed him right in the mouth.
Well, you don't even have to say 2 minutes ago. You can say 20 seconds ago.
Yeah, well, no, whatever. But if it comes up, if you don't see it in real time, it comes up a replay. If he's watching the Sky Sports feed, they'll pick it up, right? And he go, yeah, about a minute ago, he's elbowed him right in the mouth. That's a red card offence.
The referee
next time the ball goes up, next time the ball goes out of play, that's a red card. Bang.
And the thing is, I'm sure wasn't the game stopped because Reedy went down with an head injury.
So that's
you could
have
that's
the video
time.
referee up in the booth.
We've seen it on the telly. I know you guys were there. We've seen it on the telly 2 times. It was amazing. After them 2 times, they stopped showing it. Right? I'm sure if that was the other way around, it would have been plastered on for the next 10 minutes. But the game stopped. The guy's getting treatment. The referee, as I said, the video referee sits there, goes red card. The referee straight over. Boom. See you later. You know, it does happen. Granted, we can all moan about it when we were on the receiving end to it.
Yeah, of course, but that's the rules, isn't it? But at the end of the day, they was a better team than us, a bit more equipped than us.
And they got the third goal right at the end, which was just
to be honest, when we got our goal...
David Silva hit the post, didn't he?
Yeah. But when we got our goal...
We never kicked on.
Well, no, but I thought we were going to... I said
to you, didn't I? I said, I could... And do you know what? I could see Fletcher maybe nicking it, because I thought ex-Manchester United player...
massive boost. Lanzini come on.
Yeah, good to see him.
Looked lively.
Yeah.
People said, somebody on our Facebook page was saying he was shit.
He looks right. Caleri looked good when he come on. To me, that substitution was too late. Valencia should have gone off a lot earlier.
There's a lot of positives to take, and I'm hoping that now we can kick on and we can have a good our season start.
We're more positive losing 3-1 to Man City than we were when we beat Bournemouth.
No, but the thing is,
anyway, thank you, as I said before, thank you very much for joining us for this edition of West Ham Fan TV's Post-Match Pint. International break next week. Good luck to Mikel Antonio.
And Adrian. Well done, Adrian.
Let's talk about the Spain squad. But good luck to them 2 boys and the rest of the boys.
And O'Connor.
And Payet.
And Payet.
Whoever's got called up to international thing. We've got some content coming up. We've got a match day experience that'll be going up tomorrow. That's a good one, Ryan, isn't it?
Yeah, I loved it. Even though I had a bad result, it was a good laugh.
Couple of special guests in there.
3.
Wink, wink.
A couple of special guests in there. Keep an eye out for that. We've got On The Social coming up on Wednesday. What's the day today? Monday, Tuesday? Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday.
You picked your competition winner,
Yes, I have, yes.
Right, so Graham's got a competition winner. got international break, but we'll have content going up, so don't unsubscribe. Go and subscribe. We're close to 10k. We're gonna.
He's got to do karaoke.
Yeah, I've got to do karaoke. I'm gonna sing
After the
some.
Watford game in the Langthorn.
So when we hit that 10k, yeah, we'll mention that. I'll mention that in a different video anyway. But yeah, subscribe, leave a like on the video. Go and check out our website, www.westhamfan.tv. Go and follow us on Twitter at westhamfantv, facebook.com/westhamfantv. One thing left to say, boys. Come on, you irons.